How's it? I'm Christo, and welcome to the Diamond Cornerstone. Classic YouTube, like, subscribe, share, and today, much lighter. Today I want to stop at what I figured out in around about 2001. It's actually before the diamond, and that when you go into life or whatever, there's three skills at first, and then along came the fourth, and I called it the 4 A's. So there's firstly awareness. Now, this I picked up in a movie where the guy opened the fridge and closed the fridge, and immediately he knew exactly what was in the fridge. Because if you know what's in your fridge, you know when you get to the shop, you can say, hang on, wait, the tomato sauce is this far from the bottom. We'll need new. There's 5 tea bags left. So it's actually awareness. We have to be aware of the weather outside to decide what we're going to wear today. We need to be aware of how much petrol's in the car, diesel, and from a state perspective. Now, the diamond is fractal, so it works on the very smallest cup of coffee, bag of cement, build a wall, to massive things like running state and I think international relationships and international politics and governance. But it all starts with awareness. Okay, I'm aware of what offends people and what doesn't. So I can tiptoe a little bit through the tulips so as to find the middle ground. But this starts with awareness. And once I'm aware of something, then I can anticipate. Now, anticipation is, so awareness is a fits on the politics top of the diamond, and anticipation is, in my planning, I can anticipate the road. I can anticipate cash flow. I can anticipate staff. I can anticipate product development. I can anticipate sales. I can anticipate, and with that, you'll have to develop a staff, infrastructure, product, resources, resource distribution, resource usage. You can anticipate how fast it's going to go down, and then when the replacement time is. Now, the beautiful thing about vehicles is they've all got a service schedule every 10,000 kilometers. But if you know you're driving long distances of 2,000 Ks a day, that means every 5 days you've got to service a vehicle. And other vehicles run on hours, so you know after so many hours we need a service. And this is just how it is. It's anticipation. Now, and this is where it gets fun. Firstly, with the grey diamond down at the bottom, it actually runs to accountability. If you have misanticipated because you were unaware, guess what? You are accountable. Legally, I get very confused because civil servants make a law, and then the law gets implemented through the economics, and then, then no one's held accountable. If money is budgeted and the deliverable isn't met, and then people say there wasn't enough money, well, then there's two choices. Either we made the wrong decision at the beginning with regard to budget, or budget was stolen. And then someone has to be held accountable. Currently, I've got a little bit of an issue with basic education because the ruling party had basic education for 31 years, and now suddenly we've got an illiteracy rate for grade 4s of 81%. So they shifted basic education over to the traditional opposition party, who's now part of the government because of, it became a coalition government. So suddenly you can just scapegoat basic education because you stuffed it up for 31 years. Because you were unaware of, and then you didn't anticipate. And then now you don't want to be accountable, so now we just shift the blame. But either or. So there's accountability or abundance. If you were aware and you anticipated correctly, you will have abundance. It's simple. Look at any big business. Coca-Cola was aware. Okay, this is a juice or a drink. Okay, thirst. Then through anticipation, they built supply chains, logistic lines, bottling, staff. They developed their stuff. They basically built cities around Coca-Cola. And then guess what? Abundance flows. If you build a mine, you're aware of, let's say, minerals, gold, platinum, rare earth minerals. Then you anticipate this is how we do the mine, and you put in your conveyors, your shaft, your yellow fleet, white fleet, Yellow fleet would be the dump trucks, the excavators, stuff like that. And then you put your white fleet, which would be service vehicles, and you train all your staff. Then guess what? Then the mine produces and abundance flows, and everybody gets salaries. And what works wrong, or where there are glitches or hiccups, then we adapt. And it works. Cup of coffee, you adapt the coffee to suit your taste. You add milk, add sugar, make it cooler, add an ice block, and that just takes us through the process again. So it starts with awareness and then comes down through to either accountability or abundance. If it went totally sideways, it's probably in a gray diamond, which is a shadow diamond, an earth diamond, or it goes into green, which is a flow diamond, which is much more I'd say in love, because it's actually in harmony and in abundance. But both of them you've got to adapt, because weather changes, external variables change, people change, babies are born, sickness, disease, economics, these global changes, shifts between trade and, well, friends and enemies. So either your friends just change trading partners, or you get invaded by enemies or whatever. Okay. So yeah, just quick touchdown on the A's: awareness, anticipation, abundance / accountability, and adaptability. We've got to adapt. Many blessings, and stone that was rejected by the builders will become the chief cornerstone, and I recommend we make it a diamond. Blessings for the day.